Hi again. Okay, I'm live. So I'm hoping this works. Anthea, if you would send a request, I'm live now, and we will get going with this topic. I don't understand why it is giving us so much trouble, but there she is. Okay. Approve. Perfect. Add. Adding. Ah,
Everything's always working out, my darling.
it's always working
Always
out.
working out. I just said to myself, you know what? What's my intention in this? I thought, I know we both spoke just before we went live, and our intention was to inspire and empower people and give people some super powerful tips. So I said, okay, everything's always working out. And then bam.
Perfect. Perfect. That's a
Excellent.
great reminder. That's a great reminder that we've got to remember to just stay calm.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
absolutely. All
at
right.
all times.
So hello everybody. We figured it out and we're so happy you're here with us. We're doing the three things that keep you from getting what you want. And we think these are really the key things. These are really the things that if you're not doing certain things to focus on these things, if you're not practicing the teachings around these things, then you're limiting yourself with regard to aligning with the vibration of the universe that's going to bring you what you want. So
Absolutely.
our so our first thing is setting a clear intention. And you may think that you've set a clear intention. You may think that you've already said to the universe what you want, but the the challenge is really defining that. And when I mean by defining is how will it look? How will it feel? What will you be saying? What will you be thinking? How will you be acting? Who will you be with? Where will you be? How will it look? It's very, very clear so that just like when you're watching a movie, you feel like you're there, you feel like you're in another world kind of. That's how it needs to be. You set your intention for what you want and it becomes very real. So what do you want to say about that,
I
Anthea?
just wanted to add to that, as beautifully said, and to add to that, one thing I learned was if you can set when you set an intention, do it so a 4-year-old can repeat it to you. So make it that clear, right?
Yeah.
So it's, let's say your intention is you want to make 5,000 extra pounds, dollars, whatever currency it is, by the end of the month through your coaching clients or whatever business it is you have. Now, you make that as clear as possible so a 4-year-old can repeat that back to you. So you said to a 4-year-old, well, my intention is to make £5,000 extra this month with extra clients. Then a 4-year-old could repeat that. So if you get it, that's as clear as you need to get it. And another thing I wanted to add, that's the bigger intentions. But then if you can set intentions throughout your day, so when you're getting up, let's say you drive to work, or let's say you work at home, or whatever, wherever it is that you work, or whatever it is that you do, before you go into that segment, set your intention of what you want. How do you want to feel throughout that segment of jumping in the car to go to work, or sitting in your office about to do some work? What is it you wanted to get out of that hour? Is there certain things you want to go through your emails, or you want to make sure you reply to people, or whatever it is that you guys do? Just have that clear intention hour to hour. And so if somebody is coming through the door, you're about to meet up with somebody, have an intention to what you want to get out of that conversation. Before you answer a phone call, have your intention to what you want out of that phone call. And I tell you what, when I do this and I really practice this, it is absolutely life changing. And when I don't do it, I literally see the difference in how my day can go anywhere and anything can happen, and I can attract all type of things. So because, you know, no matter how much we're teachers and we practice, there's times where I'm going to speak for myself because Christina can might not be the way I am, but
No,
there's
me
times
too.
where, well, we get caught up in life and then we forget and we don't do those things. But I can honestly tell you that what a huge difference when I personally do that. So yeah, so you got your big intentions, and then your intentions throughout your day makes a huge difference.
Well, and let me just say that, you know, intention is not just for your big goals. It's not just for a year ahead when you know, you've reached some big thing. It's exactly what you said, Anthea, is setting intentions in segments, as Abraham calls it, segment intending. And
Yes,
it's really about, you know, what I think you were doing when we were having trouble getting on camera was
yes,
you were intending that this would be free and clear and flow and ease, right?
yes,
So if you're in your day and you know you have an interview, don't you practice beforehand? You have an intention for having a good interview. So you imagine yourself answering the questions. Actors rehearse their role. Everything that you are going to do in life, how you want it to go, has much more of a chance of happening when you're very clear on your intention of how it's going to go. Now, that
yes,
doesn't mean that you can guess how people are going to react around you. You may have an intention for a great interview, and you may come up with an interviewer that's really difficult to read. You know, you can't quite it's not going the way you wanted, but you can set an intention for how you are going to handle the interview.
yes,
So it's really about setting an intention for you, your behaviors, how you, the outcome you want. And when you set an outcome for, I'm going to get the job, that you can't control. So you set an outcome for, when I leave this interview, I'm going to feel really good about how I showed up. And so it's making your intentions powerful and doable with things
yes,
that are in your control,
yes,
and how you want to feel, because it's all about how you want to feel. I want to feel great while I'm in this interview. I want to feel confident while I'm in this interview. We'll set that intention. So that's
yes,
just an example. But
yes.
yeah, so that's
And
number one is, go
just
ahead.
to go to a little bit into that, just a tiny little bit more, was just even the most simplest things. Like I will set an intention, if like somebody calls me and I know I only really want to be on the phone for no more than 10 minutes. Before I answer that call, I set that intention and I'll say, my intention is to just have 10 minutes on this call, and I intend to make the most out of it and have an inspiring and uplifting conversation, and then that's it. And my phone call will last, that person, it won't be me cutting the call off. It's the other person saying, oh, I've got to go, something's, or whatever's going to happen. But if I've got the time and space, then I will say to, and I really want to have a long conversation, then I'll say to myself, my intention is to really get deep into this conversation and be on the phone as long as I need to be. But
Right.
it's a simple things like that, you know, that make the difference, because um, you're now driving your life. You know, you're in control of the steering wheel as such, because you're intending each thing. You know, when you get to the traffic lights and they're red, you know you're going to stop. um but if you know that when you get into the car and you're saying to yourself, I intend to be able to get to work very quickly or get to my destination quickly with ease and go through all the green lights and be able to just experience my green lights, then you'll find a lot of green lights as you're going along, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
exactly.
I
Exactly.
think that's a good enough explanation from us both into intentions. I hope you guys, if you guys resonate and you liking what we're saying and it resonates with you, please put um hashtag resonate.
Okay.
Yeah, hashtag
Yeah,
resonate. There we go.
hashtag resonate. Great. Number two is subconscious beliefs. This is huge.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
really is.
even Abraham talks about the fact that you definitely make changes and have progress with the law of attraction when you are consciously changing beliefs and changing your words. This is why we did the workbook on the law of attraction, mastering the law of attraction mindset, because it's both conscious and subconscious. However, the main vibration that we want to change is the subconscious beliefs. And this is where people get stuck because
Hmm.
it has to do with self-analysis and figuring out what is my subconscious belief that's holding me back. And in my experience, the best way to find those subconscious beliefs is to do affirmations that are that when you say them, a voice inside of you says, I don't believe that. You know, it's like you have to say something that is opposite to what your experience has been, so that you can ferret out those subconscious beliefs that are not supporting you. It's also about looking at your upbringing, looking at your environment in your upbringing, and looking at your current environment and saying, what in my current environment is not supporting me? And maybe it has to do with subconscious beliefs. So are you stuck in a relationship that is a different face, but the same relationship over and over again? That's an indication that you have some kind of belief that this is how you should be in relationship. This is the kind of person you have to be with, because you're resonating at an old subconscious belief of how things are. And I know I'm getting a little bit complicated, but it's not that complicated. It's really about you being honest with you being really the detective as to what are the beliefs that are like all you have to do is look at how your life is showing up and you'll see what your beliefs are. If you're in lack, you have a belief in lack. And so those are the things that we need to clear.
Yeah, and I think then it's all about adding empowering beliefs and new beliefs. So once you've understood, you know, where the subconscious beliefs are sitting, like you rightfully said, in relationships, or there's one belief that I've heard so much is all the good ones are taken when it comes to relationships. And I really want to say, you know, when you hear yourself say something like that, really stop and think to yourself, do I really believe that? And question your beliefs. And then once you question them, then you can ask yourself really like, well, what would I prefer to believe? And I think this is something again with beliefs and subconscious that yes, you can do by yourself, but it takes a long time. So I think again, it's getting together with people who can help you and can help you identify these beliefs, because when you have people around you who know what they're who've done it, been there, done it, and continue to do it and know the tools and techniques to use, then it becomes a much easier process. And not just that, you've got someone who believes in you. So when you don't believe in yourself, you've got somebody else there who does believe in you. And from a standpoint of they just want you to succeed in whatever it is you choose to do. And that maybe that is just not, I'm not saying just, because a relationship is huge. To have a very successful relationship, especially in this day and age, you know, it seems that a lot of people crumble when it comes to the relationship side because of society and the way things have been said to us, and again our belief system behind that. So I truly believe that it helps so much when you have someone around, that a professional that can help you along the journey. Because yeah, it could be like, obviously between us we've had our beliefs, but because we work with one another, we're able to identify where we're at together and be able to get past that and install new empowering beliefs that's going to serve us. And hence why we're able to do what we do today. But don't get me wrong, there's still things that crop up I've had my own personal things over the past couple of weeks, and I've identified so much. And today was massive aha moments through speaking with Christina. So it's really quite deep and good. It's quite amazing, actually, the difference in your life when you have people to speak with. So yeah, I mean, I hope that's helpful as well when it comes down to the subconscious beliefs. Like, I think this one is it's quite a deep one, because it's what steers all of us, because we live in a belief-driven universe, right? So
Right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
there's a lot to go into on this one. So I think but yeah, we
Yeah.
were, yeah,
Yeah. We may even have to do something with people on beliefs at some point.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, beliefs are just a thought that you have consistently thought.
yes, that's what it
Beliefs
is.
are something you have determined and decided. It's different from a fact.
Facts. I'm about to say they're not facts. They're not
Yeah,
facts.
beliefs are
Yeah.
not facts. They're things that you've told yourself are true that may not be true. So if you know, my parents were lower middle class. My mother borrowed from one to pay the other. You know, she was trying to survive and keep us growing, and in food and clothes and all of that. And she came from an Italian immigrant family that my grandfather had a whole garden in the back, and they were not wealthy, you know. So there was this whole uh, very lack mentality that,
Which
you
so
know,
many
life was
people
hard,
have.
and yeah, that life was hard, and you have to work hard for your money. And Abraham says, no, you don't. You
No.
have to have the vibration that attracts money. So you know, without getting too expanded here, beliefs are really key. But what I developed as a belief from my upbringing was that money is really hard to come by, and that it's hard to be successful. For instance, my mother struggled all her life to get her books published. And she had one book that the university that she taught at published her book. But every publisher that she submitted all different kinds of really great books would not publish her books. And she
Because of
died
her beliefs.
frustrated.
Yeah.
And so the belief that may have been put into me is, you can't be successful because mom wasn't successful and she had to, you know. So you have to look at your life, not in psychoanalyzing, but really in, where have I made a decision about life?
Yes,
So that's kind of
absolutely.
the difference between beliefs and facts. So
And I think also on the belief side is when you, if like, when you're looking around you, it's a very good indication to what your beliefs are, because you're living what your beliefs are. And you know, like, we will think the same thing over and over and over again. And that's because, what, like you rightfully said, a belief is only a thought you keep thinking. So you have to really recognize and be aware of what you're thinking. I think that one is just massive, to the awareness of what's going on and what's going on around you, to be able to identify what's happening. And like you said, when you look at your parents and you see what kind of lifestyle they've had, it will give you a good indication to the beliefs that have been installed in you. And it is about, you know, installing new beliefs. That's what it comes down to at every given moment, you know. So if you keep living something and you can't understand why you keep living it, you must look at, what is it that your belief, look at, what do you believe about this, and then start to question those beliefs, because they're going to make a huge difference to your life, right? And
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
massive difference.
And
And then yeah, sorry, go on.
well, I wanted to say, I'm glad you're going on to number three, because what happens is, if you have a consistent belief, what vibes with that belief shows up as your life. So
Yes.
now you keep noticing, oh, well, there's lack, and I believe in lack. So
Yes.
there's lack, and
And
I
you
believe
meet
in
more
lack. And
people of lack. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. And
yeah,
it's amazing. Is it, do you know what? I'm so glad you brought that up, Christina, because it's absolutely blows my mind how the universe works. It really does. Like every time I'm just like, sometimes I feel like I'm in a movie, like someone's just, guiding things around. Yeah, it's like a cartoon as such, because if I start thinking in a lackful way, I start hearing it everywhere, like literally. And then I hear, oh, life is so hard, things are not easy. Oh, what did you expect? Like, well, who do you know has been successful? And I'm like, whoa, that was my old belief system creeping in, and look how quick that just like literally just explodes around you. And then when I'm very conscious and aware of it, and I bring it back and excuse me, and I understand, and then I'm able to flip that quite quickly, because I recognize it quite quickly, and start thinking in a different way, and actually realizing, and this is going on to point number 3, focusing on what you don't want. But I want to just flip that, say when I focus on what I do want and all the goodness I do have in my life, and just the greatness of life, it's amazing how quick I then the universe just brings me all the people that feel the same as me. And I just find it so fascinating every time. I just think it's so easy to be able to navigate your world when you really break it down in a black and white way, and you just look at it for what it actually is, and really recognize and have this awareness of what's happening around you. It blows my mind every time, every day. I think, wow, like the slightest little thoughts just come to life, one after the other. Like, it's like, wow.
On that point, it might be confusing to people that we're saying only focus on what you want. Number 3, if you're focusing on what you don't want, you're reinforcing what you don't want. So you want to focus on what you want. However, you do need to look at what's happening around you to see, what is it that I'm focusing on that I don't want?
Awareness.
So yeah, awareness is the first thing. So once you are aware that this is showing up and this is showing up and this is showing up, and it's not what you want, now is the time that you go, oh, what do I want? And noticing any little thing that is of what you want. So let's say you have a business and you want more customers, and you just open shop, whether it's online or brick and mortar. This is just an example. So you open shop and you've done some advertising, and the first month you have maybe, I don't know, 50 customers, and you need, in order to pay your rent and in order to flourish, you will need a database of 1,000 people that come in periodically throughout the month, whether it may be a restaurant or something, but the first month, very little happens. And so what am I saying? I'm saying that you want to be grateful for that first 50. You want to be grateful for the very first customer that comes in.
Yes.
And if there's another restaurant in town that is flourishing and it's the same kind of food, even if it's across town, you want to celebrate the success of that restaurant owner.
And not say, oh, how comes they're getting the customers, I'm not. And this is, I want to refer back again on that point of what you're saying, is to the law of attraction thought process that we gave out, the free PDFs, the workbook. That was a really good example of being able to flip that thought process, right? Like that was powerful. And it is still, it's not that it still is powerful. It's a beautiful way to be able to just keep going through it and re-evaluating how you're going. Because when you're looking at that shop and you're going, well, how comes they've got it and I don't? You're literally blocking yourself from getting that next customer walk through that door. So like you rightfully said, take it back, take it to present moment, and actually feel the appreciation and thankfulness for what you have already. And the more you focus on what you do have, the more you're able to get more of what you do have. And I'm not saying things are going to just appear like all the things that, we say big things. I want to change that. And it's not about big things, because life is a big thing. you know. Everything is every moment in our world is a manifestation. Every single living moment is a manifestation. So if we look at things as they're big, we're actually holding them away from us, because, oh my God, they're so big, how am I going to ever get that? No, it's just the next logical step. If you're building a house and you've put the foundation down, you're going to have the next logical step to what you're going to do next. You're going to start putting the pipe work in, and you're going to start putting the electrics, and so you're not going to get the big house at the end of it in that moment, but you need to appreciate the process along the way. And then the massive house, if that's what you're building, a nice big 7-8 bedroom house, let's say, that's going to be at the end. But if you just focus on getting the big thing, then you're literally holding yourself back, because you start saying to yourself, well, it's not here yet, or I don't see it, or I don't have it. And you can't have what's missing completely. You cannot have what's missing. So really bringing your focus back, and every time you feel like you're looking at what you don't want, or you're recognizing what you don't have, bring it back and actually say to yourself, well, what do I have? What can I be thankful for? What can I appreciate in life? And they say gratefulness and appreciation will bring you everything in this world, anything you've asked for. If you just spent, Abraham Hicks actually says, we've got enough to keep us through for the next 20 to 30 lifetimes of things, but we hold them all back because we keep looking at what we don't have, you know. And it's time to really reel that back and say, actually, this is what I do have, and continuously just say thank you. You've had a thought process, you've asked for everything you want. Yes, every day we can ask for something new, but there's things that you've many things you've asked for since you were a little kid that still might not have manifested yet. So going into appreciation for most of your day with setting your intentions, and then just go for appreciation and just doing your normal everyday world and what you do, being able to appreciate, you will just find that people, circumstances, events will just align with you, because you're aligning with the universal forces out there, which means that you're getting the right things back to you continuously. You're just attracting. So yeah.
So yeah, let me do a recap just so you know we're real concise here. The first thing is setting a very clear intention, and it's not just a clear intention for a big goal. It's setting intentions all throughout the day, setting intentions for your week, setting intentions for important appointments, setting your intention for how you want to feel and how you want to perform and how you want things to go. And there are things beyond your control, but the more you set your intention, the more that other person picks up your vibe, and things can come out even better than you even expected. And when you set your intention, make sure that you're using all 5 senses. How do you want it to look? How do you want it to feel? Especially feel. How do you want it to what do you want to hear? What would you be saying? How would you be feeling? What would you be thinking? What is the intention clearly? That is number 1. Number 2, subconscious beliefs. Being aware of your subconscious beliefs and really getting clear on them and clearing them out. Remembering that beliefs are simply thoughts that you have thought over and over again. They are not facts. They are decisions you made about your life as a result of experiences and upbringing, and they are not necessarily true. Lack is not true. So hard work, it's not true. It's about your vibration, and your vibration will align with your subconscious beliefs. So clearing your subconscious beliefs is key, and the way you start doing that is with awareness and patience with that process. Number 3, focusing on only what you want. And we said that first you have to be aware of the fact that you're looking at what you don't want. And the way that you know that is because what's showing up in your life tells you where you're putting your attention. And if you're putting your attention on the negative things that are showing up that you don't want, that's when you go, oh, I've been noticing what I don't want, and the law of attraction is picking that up because I'm putting my focus there. My attention is on what I don't want. I've got to change that. So now I'm going to put my attention on what I do want. And it doesn't
Absolutely.
mean that things are going to, you know, automatically turn around in one day. They could, but you've been doing this for a very long time. So please be patient with your process. So I see we have a lot of people here. This is so great. And what I would love is if you would put pound, what was it that you said for them to put? Resonate? Pound
Resonate, that's
resonate.
the one. And I also want to say, if there's any questions anyone has, please do fire away. Like,
Yeah,
I would love the interaction as well. I know we go really intense and we really get into things. But
yeah,
if there's
we
anything
do.
anyone wants to ask, then please do ask. We are here every Tuesday. Do we normally do? We normally
Every
do Monday.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, yes. We
We
are
used to
here.
do
Yes,
Monday. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So, and I think maybe one day we'll do a live where we bring people on camera and
Yes.
they can interact with us. So, there are a lot of people here today, and we could invite them on camera if you want.
It's up to them. If they want to come on, they can actually request that they can actually request to come on. So if anyone does want to come on, then
Yeah,
please, you can request. You're more than welcome to request it. Yeah, why not? Let's
yeah.
do
I
this.
mean, that's what we're here for, and we can talk for hours on these topics.
Yes, we
But
can.
we know that questions come up. So if you want to be live with us, you will be recorded and your face will be shown. So just be sure that you want to be on camera.
So I think I can see someone's just put resonate, which is brilliant. So it resonates with you. Is there I mean, I'm not able to see the comments for some reason. I just see one pop up, but I haven't been able to see any
I'm
more
not
than that.
seeing, yeah, I'm not seeing any comments down here on the phone either. What I wanted to say to everybody is remember, I have a post up and it's what is happening this week. And in it is a link to our workbook. If you have not gotten our workbook and video on mastering the law of attraction thought process, make sure you look for the post that I do every week, which I did yesterday, I believe. And I even sent out an email to our mailing list. And in that, it has a bit.ly link, a small link that you can go and get our workbook and sign up. So you'll get our free workbook and our video. And people have found it very, very helpful. And then if you get the workbook, you can join our private Facebook group where we do even more interaction, and you can tag us and things like that. So I don't see anybody asking to be on camera,
You
and I
have
don't see any
joined, it's
comments.
just said you have joined video as a guest. Oh no, that was me.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't see anybody wanting to come on camera, and that's okay. I see Tina has joined us, and there are a whole bunch of people, but nobody's wanting
Hi,
to
I
be on
think
camera. That's okay. What'd you say?
for some reason I'm getting there's a delayed reaction happening right now.
Ah, there's Tina. She's coming on camera. Cool.
Yay!
Tina's in our private our private membership, and she's doing fantastically. Hi, Tina.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are
Is she on
you?
Good.
camera?
I am. I am. I wasn't expecting it to be, but yeah, I got my big old headphones on because of my
Do you
Cool.
know what?
what?
I'm getting a really bad delayed reaction here.
Oh no.
Well, it might be the internet, sweetie, where you are. Up, and Anthea's
Oh,
gone.
there she goes.
It's just you and me.
Hey.
Well, I'm glad
Yeah,
you're here. How's
me
your day going?
too. It's going all right. I actually I had a phone meeting today with that one client I was telling you for not the writing job, but that other job where I'd be doing account management uh, for the betting match betting company. And I talked to him, and I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good balance between the writing,
Excellent.
because to get more income, I was kind of, I guess I was feeling pretty down because mentally, I'm only able to do so much writing in a day. And then I was having, the brain fog I was telling you before. But by balancing it with something different, I feel like that's good because it works different parts of the brain. I'm able to supplement my income and I'm not, stressing myself out about how much I can write in a day. So
Yay.
it's like, and
That's
it's funny
great.
too, because, sometimes opportunities that you wouldn't have thought of yourself, they arise and you're like, wow, this is really cool because I never would have thought of that. I didn't even know that company existed.
Yeah,
So,
Can I
that's
so
ask
great.
you, Tina, what
yeah.
do you think, for yourself brought you to this point where things are just coming to you and opportunities that you didn't realize were even possible are now there? What led you there?
I think because I've been working with you guys through the law of attraction, I'm peeling away at some of the blockages I had before that were stopping me from being able to manifest really cool things. So now that I'm focusing on the positive, I'm noticing more of the positive and not feeling stuck in, the quicksand all the time. It's open in the receptive mode, I guess.
Ah,
So
that's
Excellent. That's so
awesome.
yeah,
cool. And
That's
it's
yeah,
so
it's so
nice to
fun.
see you on camera. Like your confidence has literally just grown so much over the past few weeks. It's such a pleasure to see this. Absolute pleasure.
yeah, totally,
Yeah, it's
totally.
fun. It's so fun. So
Yeah.
it's been really motivating. And the EFT session on Sunday, that was awesome. Like
Oh, I'm
I'm
so
so
glad.
excited.
I have
I
another
love it.
gift for the membership
Yeah,
regarding EFT, and
awesome.
yeah, so
I love it.
folks, if you don't know about EFT, it's a belief clearing technique. And if you join our private membership, we do a lot with EFT with various techniques for eliminating subconscious beliefs. And you can join our membership at www.becomingabundantlyu.com. And we'll put that in the comments below. But as you can see, there's just there's a path for using the teachings that when you're patient and diligent, it turns your life around. And
Mm.
so we want that for you. We want that so badly. And Tina, I'm so happy how you've embraced the teachings and what it's doing for you.
Yeah, it made such
Yeah.
a difference joining the membership because, like I've mentioned before, I mean, I've read stuff on the law of attraction for years, off and on. I would come to it, I'd get motivated, and then it would slowly fizzle out because I had no one to talk to about it or that was interested in it. And this is just kind of taking it to another level to where I'm actually really applying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a difference. I mean, and now I'm actually seeing the results that I want.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
cool, isn't it? And this is what I mean
Yeah.
when you discuss, when you have when you know you're showing up for somewhere and there's accountability there on both sides
Hmm.
for us
Yes.
also and for yourself.
Hmm.
And we want to show up for you and you want to show up because you are ready to make that change, otherwise you wouldn't have joined the membership, right?
Right.
It aligns so well because then where you would have given up during the week, you might kind of dip, but you coming towards the time you know that the that you've got the group coaching, you probably be a little bit more like, oh no, actually, let me think about it this way, or let me do this, because it feels good to be like that and to be able to show up and give your what you've done throughout the week, because I
Hmm.
can't imagine that someone would want to join a membership and then each week say, no, don't want to do this. No, not interested,
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's good to have that frequent reinforcement. And then,
Yes,
the Facebook page, so there's stuff every day. So you're always having that interaction. Like for me, I kind of see it as like immersion.
Mm.
So when someone's learning a
Mhm.
new language, they learn best through immersion. And it's the same way with this. I feel like the more you immerse yourself in it, the more powerful it'll be and the more effective.
that's so cool.
Absolutely.
That's a really nice
Awesome.
way of saying it, actually. It's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's so cool. That's so
Wow.
cool. So yeah, so did you watch the whole live with
Yay.
us here?
Yay.
I came in a little bit late because I was
That's all right.
finishing up my my writing work, and then I was like, oh my God, wait. So I was so glad you were still on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we're glad you joined us. And folks, if just to remind you, we're live every week on Tuesdays at 5:45 Eastern, 10:45 GMT, which is UK time. Poor Anthea.
I love
But
it. I love it.
yeah, yeah. But
I
it's a
don't
good
care
way
what
for
time
you.
it is.
Yeah, well, it's a good way for people in the UK and Europe to focus on something positive before they go to sleep. And
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. As you know what, you're very right. Because in the evening when I do this, like I do my podcast and this and group coaching all in the evenings, like quite late. But I actually have preferred it that way. Because like you said, before I go to sleep, I'm able to have all these great thoughts because of what's just happened. So yeah, it's
yeah,
really nice. Really, really
yeah.
nice.
And Abraham says before you go to sleep to review what you've done that's good and how you feel good and appreciation. And then everything stops while you're asleep. So when you wake up, you're continuing that positive vibration in the morning. And
Yes.
it really is very true. When you go to bed, this is why they say don't go to bed angry if you have a
Yes.
relationship, you know?
Yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't go very well. You don't usually wake up feeling that much better,
No,
in
No,
my
you just got the
experience.
same train of thought happening as what you did the night before, and it's
Exactly. You
like,
just,
oh no.
yeah. And I
yep.
think when people stress themselves out and just, no, I've got to work, I've got to do this, I've got to,
Mhm,
or I'm really upset and they're going over it and over it, and then they
mhm,
go to bed,
mhm.
what do they wake up with, you know?
Same.
Right. Because
So, yeah.
you're taking that in through your sleep. So you can't really have a really restful sleep
Yeah.
when your mind is still going. So you
Yes.
Yeah,
really
for
do have to
sure.
settle it down before you go to bed.
Tina, I
Absolutely.
have to say that your face is so clear and so light compared to where you first started when we first met you.
Do you know
It's
what,
just
Christina? I
beautiful.
just noticed that as well. I just looked at her and thought, gosh, she's beaming,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I definitely feel lighter. It really, it's so much easier now to think positive stuff than it was before. Like, of
Mhm.
course, it's not perfect, but
No,
I'm definitely feeling like the positive moments are becoming more frequent and the
that's
negative
so
is,
cool.
Yeah,
less and less.
that's
I
awesome.
just got goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Love it. Love it. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up, but I'm so pleased that you came on with us. And
Thank you,
Thank
thank
Tina.
you,
you.
everybody who joined us. And again, I can't even stress enough, this is not a sales pitch. We have an incredible private membership where we
Mhm.
want to give you all of our knowledge, all of the teachings in a very there's so much we want to give you. So www.becomingabundantlyu.com, and we will put that in the comments below. There's nothing like our private membership because you can work with us directly. We have weekly group coaching. We have a course that is very specific for applying the law of attraction, a path you can follow, and bonuses galore that keep coming along, private live events, even private coaching sessions with us. So we hope you'll join us.
It's just brilliant.
Mhm.
All
Excellent.
right,
And
guys.
listen, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Tina, thank you so much for joining us as
Yeah,
well. Really
thank
appreciate
you.
you. We love and appreciate you so much. So
Oh,
thank
same
you.
here.
And we will see you all next week. And if we can during the week at some point, maybe we'll just jump back on again.
Maybe we
Why
will.
not? Maybe we
All
will.
right.
Let's see. All
Awesome.
right, darlings. Lots of love,
Bye.
everyone.